No one wants to talk about this or even think about it, but it's very important. It's also very empowering, and I want to encourage you today. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Well, today's subject may sound gloom and doom, but it is not. That is not what it is supposed to be. We're talking about making our final arrangements. Now, I know that's something nobody wants to think about or talk about, or maybe we have talked about it, but we haven't done anything about it. You just keep thinking, yeah, I need to do that soon. Yeah, I need to put these things in place. Well, there's no time like the present. Now, I hope we all live another 30 years. This doesn't mean you're on your way out. This just means that you want things to be the way you want them to be for you, and that you want your wishes honored, and you want your family to know what your wishes are. That's really all it is. And once we do it and get it out of the way, then we can just go on and live our lives. This is something that we can't avoid. Life has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And death will visit all of us at one time or another. So why not get your affairs in order, let your wishes be known, and don't put that burden on your family. Now, it doesn't have to be a big deal, but you want to document or sit down with your family and share information or put it in your will, things like that. You want them to know what you want when your time comes to an end. And let it be what you want, not what other people expect or want for you. We all are different and want different things. And an example of that is Dave and I have always said that we wanted to be cremated. And I still do. Dave has changed his mind. He wants to be buried in the military cemetery here in Beaufort, South Carolina, at the Naval Cemetery. That's important to him now. He was in the Navy, and he loves his country, and it's just a decision that he came to. I still want to be cremated. Well, we all may have our own wishes in mind, but if that's where they stay in our minds, who's gonna know? What if something did happen overnight or tomorrow? And I pray to God nothing does for any of us. But if it did, who would know? Maybe your husband would know, your wife would know. But if you both were in an accident, there's nobody that would know what the two of you have discussed. So that's why it's so important to go over these things with your family. Making our final arrangements and plans will relieve pressure off of ourselves and our family members, and none of us want to put that burden on our children. I'm sure of that. And then you can come to a place of peace. That's something that you've taken care of. You don't have to concern yourself with it anymore. There's no questions in the air of, oh gee, I wonder what mom wanted or dad wanted or whatever. It's known. And then everybody's at peace, and you just keep on living. And then there are some other things. Some people want a big funeral procession, a big funeral. Some people want certain kinds of music. Some people want a celebration of life. Some people don't want anything. So there's a lot of things to think about. Where you want your final resting place to be and things like that. And then there are decisions about, should you have a will? Should you have a trust? Should you have your kids' names on your bank accounts? Things like that, whatever it may be. Now, those things, I would say, talk to an attorney to see how you want to do that. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff because I'm no expert, and I certainly couldn't advise or tell anyone what to do. But whatever you do, you want it in writing. Because again, you may have specific things that you want to happen. You may have, say you have 3 children and one of them has special needs. Well, you might want a little more of your money to go to the child with special needs because they're going to need it. That's just one example. You may have certain charities or organizations that you want to leave something to. You may have some jewelry or precious items in your home that you want to leave specifically to this child or that child or a friend or whoever it may be. Now, there's a book. I can't find it. It used to be on Amazon, but it says not available. So I can't find it, but it's called Everything is Right Here. And what it is a big binder with tabs. And they're labeled like life insurance policy, a deed to the house, bank account numbers, safety deposit box, or things like that. And you put all the information in there and you let your children know. So when the time comes, they won't have to wonder or guess or dig through a gazillion papers to figure out what to do with everything. So I know we all want to make life easier and simple for our kids. We don't want to burden them. I know I don't either. And we don't want this stuff hanging over our heads. So let me just ask you in general, for you to think about. You don't have to answer in the comment with your answer, but, have you, number one, let your wishes be known? How you want to be buried or cremated or what you want that will represent and express who you were. Have you drawn up a will or a trust or taken care of the different financial things that I just talked about? Again, this may sound like a downer, but it is not. It's smart. It's smart to plan these things and get it behind you. You alleviate all those worries or leaving just a boatload of problems onto your own children when you're gone. So why not? You know in your head what you want to do, but it's just really hard to take that step and put it down in writing and make it official, because then it's like it becomes so real. It's not just a conversation. Oh, I'll take care of that, some other time. No, it becomes very real. But you know what? Death is real. Life ending is real. It's going to visit each and every one of us. So I just wanted to encourage you to think about it, Maybe you already have and you have everything in place and you know how good that feels and the burden it has lifted off of your own heart. But view it as something positive. It's not negative. It is wise to make these decisions for you, for your loved ones, for your families, so that you're all on the same page. You all know what to expect and what that person's wishes are. You know, we've even talked about, do we want to be on hospice? Do we want this? Do we want that? You can go into a lot of detail. I will share with you, for me personally, I am definitely, when I come to the end, I will be on hospice. No question about it. I will not be in a hospital at all. I have watched 2 loved ones die on hospice just in this last year, and that was my ma and my sister. Now, unfortunately, my ma was in a nursing home by then, but my sister was at home. So she got to die at home. She had no pain because hospice took such great care of her and made sure she wasn't in pain. She could have all the visitors she wanted. She could do whatever she wanted. I mean, if you want to have a drinking party and you're on your deathbed, go for it if that's what you do or that's what you enjoy. You know, it shouldn't be like a down, depressing type of thing. After watching those experiences myself, death can be very peaceful, and it actually has a beauty about it. That may sound strange. I know it does, but I'm telling you, to see somebody peacefully leave this world the way they wanted to leave it is just beautiful. It really is. So I hope this didn't, bring anybody down or creep anybody out. That's not my intention. I want you to know, and I want to encourage you, that you get to call the shots. You get to make the decisions of what you want and how you want it to be. And once you do, you'll put it aside. It can go out of your head now. You'll have a smile on your face, peace in your heart, and it'll all be taken care of. Let me know what you think about this, how you feel about it. Leave that in the comments section so that we can all have a discussion about it. Now, I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip today comes from 1 Corinthians 15:50 through 57. But let me reveal to you a wonderful secret. We will not all die, but we will all be transformed. It will happen in a moment, in the blink of an eye, when the last trumpet is blown. For when the trumpet sounds, those who have died will be raised to live forever. I had to use that verse because of the subject matter that I talked about in my video. For those of us who believe, we may die here on earth in this body, but we will live on forever in heaven. Life does not end. I firmly believe that. I know it. I know it without a question of a doubt. I know that I will see my parents, my sister, all my loved ones. They're not gone from me, from my life forever. We will be joined again. So don't look at death as depressing and the end of everything and everything's over. It's not. In fact, to me, it's just beginning. A real life, a beautiful life, a life free of pain, no more suffering, no more tears, no more anything like that. A beautiful, peaceful life with our Heavenly Father. I know that's what we all want. So I hope this helps in some way for anybody who is questioning or doesn't want to talk about stuff like this. Just give it a little thought. I know that you will find peace in it. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.